So the next question is, okay, I have gone through this intellectual quest and I do realize the non-dual nature of existence intellectually. But I do know that that is not enough at all to avoid suffering.
To avoid
Suffering.
suffering.
Right. The question is, at this point in time, I may not have suffering, but I do see that it is inevitable in future. Question is now, how does one motivate oneself? However you convert this intellectual understanding into moment-to-moment realization, however that is done, how does one motivate oneself to get out of this comfort zone and say, yes, it's coming, but I need to get going towards that? How does one motivate oneself?
I think an understanding, you may not be having the suffering at this moment, but you realize or you foresee that there will be suffering and you see the suffering around you.
Yes, absolutely. Yes.
So for the person basically with a intelligence, with a sharp intelligence, can realize it that the suffering, I may not be having suffering, but I can foresee the suffering because there is a suffering around me. So a person with a sharp intelligence, very, very sharp intelligence, will naturally come to that urgency will naturally come to him. He doesn't have to wait for his own suffering. It happened with me many, many years ago when at the age of 35 or 40, when I was living my life, I was in a business and I was living my life with a lot of friends. Friends, those who were on a much higher level than me, socially, financially, emotionally, through education. When I was one among them, I saw them very intensely. I used to see them, observe them. And I used to observe them, and by observing them, somehow I realized that what they have, I don't want that, what they have. There is something missing in all of them. I found there is something missing in all of them. They had everything that the world or the material world can offer. But yet something was missing, I found missing in them. I did not know what I wanted, but somehow I sense that something what I want, which I do not know, but is missing in them. So by seeing them, by observing their lives while living, I realized that no, that is my doors are closed for that. I don't want that. I don't want to ride on a material journey. Even if I get $1 million, what will happen to me? Still, at some point of time, I will be begging for something more. And then I realized that the begging bowl is the main thing. For an ordinary beggar who we find on the roadside, they are honest enough. They are honest enough to carry begging bowls. But somebody with more intelligence, more knowledge, the bowl is not seen. But that doesn't mean the bowl is not there. The bowl has become subtler, and it's very difficult to remove that bowl. So, in order to, you are asking me how to motivate. The motivation is that your disease itself is a motivation. If your disease has reached to 100 degree, you will have to rush to the doctor. If someone get diagnosed with some disease, say cancer, will he wait? Will he need any motivation to go to the doctor?
Right. Yeah.
He will run directly.
Yes. So if I understand you correctly, okay, so you have this intellectual understanding and you know that it is not enough.
Yes.
To avoid suffering, but the motivation to do something about it, to convert it into moment-to-moment realization, has to come from within. Yes. That it has to become an intense need.
Yes.
Even if you are not suffering now, by whatever means that it is inevitable in the future, I see it around me, and it has to be felt, it has to come to a level where you automatically start searching, and there is no other way to motivate oneself, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
So the gravity of the disease,
Right.
the height of the disease is the only way you will move from disease to ease.
Right. Yes. Or you start at least making journey
Yes.
towards that.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah.